this program is an opportunity for you to stand back and reflect over the course of 3 hours. It's 3 hours of material. There's also an opportunity to interface directly with me in an online forum that I hold. You can find the program by clicking the link in the description or the comments. You can break the 3 hours of content down into, if you want, 15-minute chunks, for example. It comprises of many short, punchy, focused, structured videos that will take you on a journey of self-reflection, teach you tools. It will share the lessons of my experience. I've been involved with on the ground over 150 operating companies. I've been the CFO for a $6.5 billion listed group operating across 70 plus countries, but also I've been engaged with organisations of much more modest scale. I've been involved in over 50 acquisition projects, led turnarounds. I teach and share tools, practical real world tools that are based on the lessons of my experiences and are designed really to be helpful aid memoirs and lenses through which we can look at our organisation, the team, every team that we're a part. In my experience, the successful teams tend to cover 4 bases really well: people, principles, mechanics and culture. And I think against each of the backdrop of those 4 areas, companies don't need to be perfect in those areas, but I think they can't afford to fall down substantially in any of those 4 areas. And I think whenever you find there's challenges in organisations, it tends to be in one of those 4 buckets. And so I go deep in those 4 areas as part of the programme, and it really gives us an opportunity to, 1, learn a lens that we can use to stand back and look at the organisation that we're engaged with. 2, to really think about how we can contribute strategically as well as operationally. Along the way, I also teach what really amounts to a mini MBA. It's a real world MBA. It's very focused on business acumen and leadership rather than business administration. There's some finance for non-financial managers in there, and there's also how to set about understanding organisations with which we've previously been unfamiliar, or also to really be able to dissect the activities in organisations, because I think there's only a handful of activities typically we find in organisations when you boil it down. And if we understand these 7, I've identified 7 different flavours of activity, and when we understand each of those 7 flavours, we can really start to understand the dynamics that really apply to those specific sets of activities. And I think the more we understand those, the more of a strategic contribution we're able to make in the organisation that we work with. Along the way also, there's an opportunity to stand back and look at our own personal growth, and holistically the teaching of PPMC leadership and a number of other tools and frameworks that are almost subsets of PPMC leadership. That's what this programme is all about.